So then they see that they can actually use what they learned. And another thing we plan to do is to do the rocket experience with, for example, 5th grader, because we already thought it was a lot of fun, so they're probably gonna see that the same.
We don't want to demonstrate our project only students of our school, so we publish the newsletter on the school website, and we will document the event with photo and video. And when we will know the date of the contact with the astronauts on the ISS, we will invite local press, radio and television channels to report on this event.
So the most important but also most complicated part of the preparation is of course the construction of our radio station at school. But our location is really perfect because we have a flat roof which facilitates building up the station. And from our roof you do not only have a beautiful view over Munich but also radio reception every direction, what you can see on this picture. And yeah, there you can also see the antenna that we have already built up. So we have an extra technical team in our seminar that deal with those technical things. And what is also an advantage of our location is the short way from the antenna to our control room. So this glass building on top of the roof is our control room where we will receive the signals from the ISS. So very essential, of course, is also the support by externals, because we ourselves, we don't have the knowledge and also not the equipment for building up a radio station. So we work together with the German Amateur Radio Association and to be more accurate with Mr. Lobak and Mr. Riedel. Apart from that, we are supported by Mr. Hagen and Mr. Kratzer of the Technical University of Munich. And last but not least, we get help from a former student of the Luitpold Gymnasium, it's Peer Distelhorst, who has also an amateur radio license. So at this point we want to say thank you to all of them, because without them we wouldn't be able to put our project into practice.
So now to the required equipment. When we first saw the required equipment, we thought it was a lot, and also Mr. Nowak thought we might not be able to manage to get the whole equipment. So here you can see the official picture by the arrows where you see the required equipment. So the first thing we need is a working PC with an orbit prediction program, so you can track the ISS. Then you also need a rotor control unit, antenna, and also a rotor. Furthermore, we need to have a power supply, a transceiver, and an amplifier. And those last three things we need twice, because we also need a backup station independently from the power in case it breaks down, or yes. Then the equipment we already have installed is the antenna, and then the system you need so that you can track the ISS. Yes, our technical team did already a lot of work there. And we also got the wires we need to connect all those things. And we also installed, even if only temporary, the radio equipment. We're still missing a radio end system and the installation for the broadcasting, but we're confident that we will get those things soon. And I think 2 weeks ago we also got our first results. We received a radio packet by the ISS, and yes.
Yes, at the moment we don't have an exact date of contact yet, but we hope that it will be within the next year, because that will be our last school year. But even if not, we will of course continue the project the same way. And when the day will come up, we will face some challenges. Because we have only about 8 minutes of connection, so because that's the time the ISS needs to get from one horizon to the other. So in this time everything has to be ready and work. So we are of course dependent on the functionality of the technical equipment. So we hope that we won't have any problems with this. We plan to create a bigger event around the contact to also include parents, students and teachers so that they can follow the contact maybe in the assembly hall of our school. Apart from that, we plan to do an introducing presentation so they can get an idea of the contact, and also the media will be involved, as Franzi has already said. The local press and also TV channels will be present. So when the great moment of contact comes up, we will ask our prepared questions, and hopefully we will get some interesting answers by an astronaut of the ISS. And we might also use these answers for our seminar papers. So we will kind of ask questions that will be interesting for the individual seminar papers. So all in all, it's of course a lot of work in preparation for only 10 minutes of contact, but the imagination to talk to someone who's 400 kilometers above you is of course amazing, and probably it's a unique chance in our life, and it's great that we can do this at school.
So hopefully we could ever use your interest in our project. We put some exemplars of the first edition of our newsletter on the desk, so you can take one with you. Thank you for your attention.
All right, any questions? Sir?
How accurately do you need to track, two questions. First, how accurately do you need to track the ISS? And second, with the equipment that you've set up, can you do anything else like moon bounces?
We are not actually part of the technical team, so it's more probably a question, for example, for Daniel, especially the second one. But the first question, we already tried that with tracking the ISS and it worked. So I think that's fine. I think we need to do it pretty accuracy, but yes, I don't know, maybe you can answer the second
Yes,
one.
we have to follow the ISS with our antenna, so it should be
But do you have to be within a degree or
yes,
within a second? Or?
in elevation and azimuth. It has to be very precise to the ISS, also directly the antenna. Oh.
You probably thought of this, but it might be interesting to simulate your question sessions, but then have somebody pretend they're an astronaut and type the exact questions into Google and see what the internet tells you. That might deepen your knowledge. Well, that's a good question, that's a bad question, etc. It might keep you thinking about the questions.
Can you put me on the list of the people who will be invited?
Everybody.
Just out of curiosity, what are some of the questions you would like to ask?
For example, Facharbeit goes about space tourism. So I don't have exactly the question, but I think it's going to be like something if they think space tourism is more a good thing, for example, for the space flight, because of the money which comes with it, or more a bad thing because of the commercial part that adds to it.
Another question?